Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Bean here with Bean of Games, and I'm here with
Connor.
and this is good old Bald Spots, episode 5, and it's been a wonderful Suda season so far.
We're literally 5 episodes and we just talked about this and you still forgot about me.
Oh, and Jason.
Shout out Jason. Like
He's
that
still
guy.
here.
What a cutie patootie. Handsome
It's
gentleman.
okay. We need a nickname for you. We'll figure that out down the road.
JJ.
Oh
It's
gosh.
Jason the producer.
Oh. We're still waiting on 125 subscribers, guys.
Oh,
What's
we
going
are.
on?
We are.
Oh, actually, just to verify.
Just to verify, here we go, baby.
Unopened.
Unopened.
We did not take the promo out.
We
if
did
you pull a
not.
QCR,
We're
we are
talking.
liable and we will sue.
We will talk.
I don't wanna
We
be
will-
liable for nothing.
We will talk, but 3 blue eye structure decks. The price points on these cards are actually going up. I mean, Maiden's like.
I saw a
last extra
QCR wishes today, and it's very, very good looking.
Forget the QCRs, the common reprints.
Oh yeah, the common.
The common reprints, the misprint ones that are unlimited with the gold stamp still.
Oh really?
Yep,
I
like
didn't
half
even
of them
notice
are.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah,
That's
That's
actually.
awesome.
I pay attention to detail.
But we'll definitely just start up with some updates. I mean, our team that we're part of, we might have a couple new signs coming up here soon.
And we're talking about players, not
Players.
like things you hold up.
Yeah.
We should begin some of
That's a
those
good
too, right?
joke. If you didn't like that joke,
I
unsubscribe.
do not unsubscribe. Do
Nah,
not.
he's supposed to be
unsubscribe.
ordering some signs too, like actual.
I do have to order some signs.
Yeah, it does look a little boring, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, I'll work better.
Hey, listen, my relinquish is still on the screen right now. That's all I care about.
I don't think it is. Where is
It's
it?
right
it is.
there. What are you
Oh,
talking
okay.
about?
Oh.
He's right there. You don't know how to chain link results, do you?
No.
Oh. All right, so let's get into some of the nitty gritty of this episode. We're just going to talk about like decks that are meta contenders and still can compete with like the current meta in a sense.
Raziel and Mel.
Yes, practically.
Not
right.
even
We're
now,
talking about
once
decks
they're
that-
proving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, decks that are actually like topping, mostly EU events, but they're more open to playing other
You
decks.
just got to play plants. You win.
No plants. No
Nope,
plants.
no
No plants
plants,
on
no
this
plants
list.
are
I
on
don't
this
know what those
list.
cards do still. If I play against you at an event, I just hope you don't draw playable, which happens a lot. It happens a lot. I don't know what's going on. 60 cards for consistency, I
Oh,
guess.
you're just
So-
upset. He's no longer the Goblin King anymore.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
somebody won original with it. Not West Virginia, though. West Virginia, you come there, I'm the Gunbiker King. As soon as I get dethroned, the next one, I will be playing Gunbikers.
It wasn't when it was top 8 or top 4 or whatever.
Oh, he didn't win?
It still lost to Malice.
It's still it. Mouse is just. It's
Yeah.
toxic. I don't care. I'm say it. Toxic. High roll.
It's just Snake Eyes, but worse at going second.
Yeah. Yeah. Practically.
It feels the exact same.
It feels.
It doesn't lose the
like
shifter.
Yeah, and it does not lose the shifter. You actually play in some shifter with some of your combos, but it's very hard. You have to be a very good pilot at that point, and there are not a lot of good pilots on that deck. Let me tell you.
Don't worry, they're getting there.
If you don't have at least CR Link monsters, you're not real.
You're bad.
You're bad.
You're bad. You're a bot. I
Yep.
didn't play you.
Any other news?
Are those Crystal Beast structure deck common shifters? What are you doing, dude?
Those are the best shifter. It
First
doesn't-
off, don't judge me. I use them on purpose.
That one only lasts on your turn.
No dragon shields.
I mean, I guess you can't get hit, right? You can't get
No,
hit
no.
by a judge.
All right. Let's move into the topic of our little tier list we have.
Ooh.
We have tier list 1.5, 2, and Rogue.
Ooh.
Rogue decks, obviously, 1 or 2 tops here or there. But let's move into 1.5 with the first deck I'm very excited to talk about.
I'm not.
You don't like the Blue Eyes White Dragon strategy?
I don't. Oh,
You
my
got to get
gosh.
your money up, dude.
That's not. Yeah.
If you
loads
don't-
are up there.
If you're playing with those structure deck Blue Eyes, I know who you are. You better just holograph them out,
It's
dude.
holograph.
Or the gold ones. If I see the gold ones, I'm peeling the sticker right off, dude.
I want to throw out that the structured deck Kaiba Art Common Blue Eyes are $5 a piece.
Really?
Yeah, remember I told you I bought 2 to make a playset?
Ah.
I love them because they're common.
All right.
What are your thoughts on this here, Connor?
I think this deck is very good. It
I-
doesn't lose to a lot of different arrays of hand traps. Like, obviously,
sure.
if they open one starter and you Veiler it, they lose. But that happens with any deck. But it does have like one or two staple hand traps that are pretty good against it. And one of them is Nibiru the Primal Being.
Oh, I think that card does really good into that matchup. So I've seen a lot of players just ending on the Spear Dragon just to bait it out and trying to pass. So like a True Light Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think that's very suboptimal, and you can play into that board at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
But usually if they're doing that end board, they only have one starter card. And if
Yeah.
that all resolved, they have 4 non-engine in their hand that you're probably losing to.
Yeah, that's
I do
also
know
fair.
the barrel Sage line plays through the nib. I don't know exactly how. I think it has to do with them like prolonging the maiden summon, because they'll have they have the barrel, and they can link it off into the link 1, and then normal summon the Sage later, and they have the level 1 to synchro into Spirit. So if you nib them at the end, they just True Light summon Blue Eyes, trigger the maiden that they haven't triggered in this combo yet. But
I think
that's if everything resolves.
a lot of players still haven't figured this deck out. I still think there's a lot of builds that players haven't figured out. Like, what's the best optimal build?
Seals is broken.
See, Seals has always been broken.
Where are your
I hate
guys'
that.
Bestial
Just-
cards at?
Why
Yeah,
are we not
a lot-
playing 2 Seals? A lot of decks
Get
are only
outta
playing
there.
1
Yeah,
Seal.
you're coping.
Ah, you could just
Oh,
regain,
that's
put it
serious.
back.
You just put it back. With
Play
like,
some Bestial cards, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
the
Bishop's good.
Bestial, like, I think that's the way. You have to play this deck.
Let me tell you something. I think Purge is bait, and you should be
Yep.
playing Bestials.
I agree. I hard agree. I think, like, a lube package with some regain. Like, I mean, I lost to it tonight. And that,
He got lubed up.
I did get lubed up. I
You got
took game
lubed up.
1. I was like, oh, this is... Backdoor 2-0'd. Backdoor 2-0'd.
Backdoor 2
I
0
threw-
I know about that backdoor, baby.
I threw 3 hand traps at Adam game 3.
Mm-hmm.
Played right through.
Well, he's nice.
He's very nice.
He's
on that.
nice.
He was very nice.
There were some other Blue Eyes players.
Yes.
They did not top.
They did not top.
They did
but
not
he
top
was
the
very
locals.
nice. Like, I could see him taking it to a regional, just winning. But it's definitely a contender. That's for sure. I wouldn't sleep on the deck. I think you need to know your choke points, and I think you have to have something on the side. I think you got to respect it a little bit.
You didn't even get to play against Drill Beam really today.
No.
Drill Beam.
That's insane.
That card is insane. If they are setting Drill Beam and able to resolve it a second time, they probably have won the duel. And if you let that happen to you, they're probably just going to win the match.
It says card. I thought it said monster.
Oh, you thought it said monster?
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
it's a card.
Yeah, I saw someone tried to evenly him today, and he changed roll being targeting me evenly. I said,
Tough.
whoa. I was like, you know how sick? You know how ill to my stomach? You know how I'd take his deck and run.
Yeah,
But-
and there's like a bunch of like people don't read the cards fully.
No,
You'll read
oh,
the
no.
sentence of what the card resolves, and then you'll read like True Light. You think you know what it does. You'll SP banish it. You're like, why isn't your field gone? And it says to graveyard.
And then they can negate, and if you get it to the graveyard, they can negate it with spirit.
Yep.
Which is just like, oh.
You can nib them while they have Spirit on field, even though that Spirit says that they can't summon 2 cards, because nib summons itself and then summons the token.
Yep.
If you have Max C up, you will draw 2 cards. If you play Master Duel, it's an easy rolling to
Doesn't-
understand.
True
That's
Light
really
also
sick.
say all your face-up monsters.
I'm pretty I think it's
Now I
it's
gotta
all
find it.
now you're gonna find True Light.
Anyways,
The Buster Blader version.
the Buster Blader version is cool.
I like it. But it plays in the nib more, right?
It plays in the hand traps in general more, but what it does is does the Buster Blader fusion with the Buster Blader Dragon.
Yeah,
line.
they just win the duel. If they resolve everything, they win the
Yeah, they
So
but-
you don't get to play.
But
Purple.
just play Primate Blue Eyes.
Yeah,
and if you
it's
can't afford
better.
Primate cards, just play Blue Eyes.
Yeah, the structure
Plus
deck's solid.
Put some Bestial cards in there.
Play
Place
Bestial.
Kaiser Seahorse, and it bridges you into full Blue Eyes combo off Seals.
Ooh, it does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that. The new one, right? The new Kaiser.
Yeah, the new Kaiser, not the one
I
that
was gonna say that the
you
axes are like a
contribute
hip or
summon.
two. They're
Yeah.
two monsters. shout out the very first structure decks.
That one's a Sea Serpent too. You can't even summon it off Seals.
That's
Wow,
fair.
they
Yeah.
really Konami with the retrains. I'm loving them. But all right. We'll move on from this deck. It's very good.
What's the next card?
Mermail.
Mermail.
Which still hand loops because Moon Glacier is still around, and so is Abystrite. I think.
Right,
so is
right. No, it definitely hand loops. I think the most scariest thing with this deck is I think it's called like Pre-Madonna or something like that.
The Synchro Monster?
Yep.
That card's good.
You know what that card does?
No.
It brings out Water Statue.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
talked about that on the last podcast.
Yeah, that.
And then they make
that
the
card
Lake
brings
Monster
out-
and it protects the barrier
Yeah.
statue.
It was like I was like,
And your hand loop for 2, and I know what's in your hand.
I was like, I pray that I don't go against this deck. I think it's a 2-card combo though.
It
Like
it
this
has
deck.
1 or 2 1-card combos, but most of the deck is 2-card
Right.
combos.
Prince can
But-
make it go off with 1.
This
Right,
deck,
It's just less strong.
Isn't that your choke point? Like the Imperm right there?
no,
Prince?
no. You don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything. You're why these people are winning. 'Cause if you-
Prince, it still sends its cost.
Yeah, it sends its cost and triggers
See,
the
I would have no idea what to do against this deck. I think I'd just shake it. Well, I wouldn't shake his hand. I would not lose this deck unless it's max rarity.
Well, here's the thing. This deck has problems with consistency sometimes, but it also has this overlapping problem that Mitsugiri is the kind of good deck this format, and Droll just eats
does.
this
It
deck
does.
alive.
Droll will eat this deck. See, I can't speak too much. I haven't played much about
This
it.
deck gets to play Impulse too, which is a lot of
That's wild.
like people play
That's
against
wild.
it with Malice, but it's not in their head game 1 a lot of times. So you can just steal games with Impulse. Impulse is the most broken card I've ever played with. I played it in one tournament. I was just impulsing the first thing I could, and people were just passing every time. That card is insane.
It doesn't turn on talents, thrust, anything. I mean, that card. There's restrictions on impulse sometimes. Don't forget, you can't Flua
Or Droll.
or Droll. That happened. But
Yeah, but it's worth it. It's worth giving up those 2 cards
No,
for
but yeah,
a card that
I-
shuts out the game.
I agree. I
It's
agree.
way better than Purge, which is sad.
Purge. I had such high hopes for Purge, and then nothing happened. Purge.
Voiceless Voice.
Oh,
Anyways, next
oh,
decks.
Whoa, we're
We
getting-
have Memento as our last tier 1.5 deck.
Oof. This card has this deck is good pilot. You have to be very good pilot.
And the deck's getting harder and harder the more I play it.
So you have to be very good pilot.
I thought I was playing it correctly, and then somebody I like looked at a combo video, and he had a specific line through like the 2 hand traps, and I was supposed to end on like 2 more interruptions.
So it just plays.
Yeah, it just plays, but it does have this problem.
What's this problem?
Sometimes you'll open up a hand,
Oh yeah.
you'll normal summon Dark Blade, they'll imperm it, and you go, huh? Go ahead. Or you'll open up your hand and you'll go, huh? Go ahead. But if that deck is playing, it is playing the game.
That's the same problem a lot of decks have, right? It has to go first to really put up a good board.
No, this deck plays like all board breakers.
Oh, so it's a good.
Yeah, it'll
That
just
version
kill
is
you.
like-
It'll just kill you. They can make the dude attack directly. They can make the dude it attacks everything. They can make it do piercing. The 5,000 dude will just kill you.
I like that.
Lancey kind of hurts a little bit too.
It stops the fusion.
Yeah.
It only stops one of the fusion, right?
And
The banish from grave spell, right?
yeah, the banish from spell, the banish from graveyard quick play spell, Memento
Yep.
Fusion, and then the big Memento monster, it keeps him off the field spell, which isn't that important going second, but is very important in the long term.
I was gonna say it does it I would not let that field spell like stick. Yeah, it's almost as bad as like the Mimigal one.
Meh. We'll get to that.
We
So
will
it
get
has
to
the
that.
same issue that Crystron has. Is there's cards that in the meta just inherently because of Malice
Yeah.
that hurts it a
Yeah.
little bit.
I
It gets
hurts
the
it
side deck
flips
Goblin
down.
Biker Doug because that's full combo.
so
So,
you're
I
automatically-
inherently like
you're
the deck.
automatically good with it.
I
huh?
inherently like the deck. And honestly, if you're looking for a deep combo deck this format, this is probably the one if you don't like Malice.
Ew.
I think the combos in Memento are harder than Malice.
I never said that. Hey, Memento is hard-ish.
I think it's hard. I think with a good pilot. I think any of
Sometimes
these
you're
with
just
good
flooping the
pilot.
pig.
Please.
That's a
Hey,
whole mentality.
sometimes-
I won't get into that. Flipping the pig.
All right, let's move on to our next.
Robina.
Do you want to talk about Crystron first or White Forest? Since
We'll go in order. We'll go White Forest.
Yeah, we're gonna go White Forest here.
Yeah, I don't care how much money you're getting back in taxes and how you're doing tax evasion. I still don't like you as a person, and I hate this deck.
I feel disrespected.
Wow.
The deck's really cool, but
It has an OTK line now.
it has an OTK line. Saint
It does.
Azamina. They get to Saint Azamina.
Is
The
that
game's not looking good
Is
for
that the 4,000 defense one?
Yes.
That card's so
that
dumb.
you can't target your own cards.
You saw the fun. The thing
Yeah,
where,
you attacked
You
him
can't
for
target your
9,000.
cards in graveyard.
I was like,
uh,
You can't target it. And if you summon the blue guys, dude, in defense, and they summon the big fusion, and they summon the little fusion, you're dead. That's 8,000 damage.
I mean, but it has a problem where it's a 2-card combo.
2-card combo deck. It loses the Droll really hard.
Loses the Dweller pretty hard.
It loses the
Dweller.
Dweller really hard. It has a hard time going second inherently sometimes.
And then Shifter.
Shifter.
Straight up loses Shifter.
It can lose to just double hand trap sometimes.
If you get hit with any of those 3 hand traps in any combination,
It's very rough. But you know what? You guys have the strongest support group since Branded, so I will give you that. You guys, every time I go to an event, like you guys are in like a little corner, like eating your little popcorn, smiling at
I like LZ. I like LZ. I like the new one. I like the old one. A Stellar, I only play one. I play one. How many 1-inch do you play?
Excuse me, a Stellar is just Black Witch.
A Stellar, I play 3 Diabellstar because a Stellar counts as one.
And they sit there and they grin, right? They like,
oh, you don't know the specific combo line? You're not a true player.
I
don't know what you're doing.
These duelists. They're just as bad as Branded people. I can't.
You play 2 of the quick play spell? Get out of my regional. Get out.
Bad.
You're dog water, kid.
I don't believe you, because me and Miles are really mild-tempered and have a good time.
Well, yeah, the 2 that we hang around are cool.
Like, you're like the 1% of the community? Like, have you met your fellow people?
Most of the people I play who are actually playing White Force are, with the exception of one, they're Mouse players, though. I've been good people.
Anyways, I think this, I don't know.
It will be better later. It's just not there yet.
Yeah, it's not there yet. Now, what is it, Insight?
Yeah, it becomes such a pile deck, though, dude.
In Insight, it still doesn't get better unless Dweller goes and something happens with the rest of the meta. I don't think it can keep up unless we get something drastic like the OCG. Because they end on Appaloosa, Baron, have Maxis for follow-up. We can't end on those boards.
Yeah, shout out Snake Eye for ending those cards.
They should have been gone.
What, those cards?
Yeah.
That's a whole different debate.
Yeah.
Appo, yes. Appo, yes.
Baron, yes.
No way. That's just
what?
It's an Omni Negate. I mean, those are...
It's the second...
How many? That are relevant right now.
That are relevant right now?
1. I can think of 1.
What, Desiree?
Yep.
Omni Negate?
And it lets you keep the body.
Guess what? And that's splashable in every deck right now.
That's fine.
Silva. Silva's an Omni Negate for the Azamina package, not the White Force.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the card that negs you 1 inherently to summon.
Well, not. I mean, I guess, sure.
Okay. All right.
We're going back
next deck.
I don't want to have to get into this. I don't want to have to
I don't want to
duel
make
you over this and take your whole binder and watch.
No, you steal people's binders.
No, I don't steal.
You steal people's binders.
Judge.
Don't worry, Connor. You'd win and take his binder.
He'd be sick. He'd be sick. He'd draw like he drew game 2 in that Blue Eyes matchup. He normal summoned the Dark Sagiri and he attacked.
I normal summoned that today and I just attacked with it.
And he went, oh, look at this top deck Sage.
I was like, oh, I'm so ill. I was like, I should have.
He made the right play by accident. I interviewed him afterwards about it, and I told him about that he made such a good play, and he's like, I didn't even know it.
Yeah,
he's just inherently a cutie.
I think it's just not to like. Hey, all right, we'll move on from this terrible.
This one, Connor roll on.
Oh yeah, it's
Christian, this deck looks cooler and cooler to me.
Trap's a powerhouse.
The entire engine is a powerhouse if they open 2 Christian cards.
Yep.
2 Christian cards is crazy. The Terratop version, definitely still just the best version.
I
if you're playing the horse cards, you're still coping. I don't know what to tell you. You get to play more non-engine, and that's just the name of the game since, 2022, baby.
Non-engine is, ever since that slaughter list for toss. But, I agree. I think this deck is very slept on. I think it's a product of what we've been saying of just because Malice is in the format, it catches a lot of that cross hate with Lancia.
It loses to Lancia and Shifter.
Yeah.
But I will reiterate from a couple of episodes, it trades very, very well into every other hand trap.
Yeah,
it plays very well into.
Yep. Nib. I think Nib.
Nib if you know the specific spot.
I heard.
Does it brick draw at all?
It has a problem of not opening a starter card.
Yeah.
That's why you play Terratop. Terratop's full combo because you Terratop, and then you summon the Takaton board, you make Cherubini, and you send the Tiger.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and the artwork's cool for this deck. I really like it.
Artwork's cool. It's from a long time ago, too.
How's the Meows, the new Charmy, play into it? You plus off that, don't you? You get at least 2 draws off it, right?
I think you get 1. I think it
From
only summons
ban-
once from grave.
What about banished?
No, it just recycles the stuff from
Except
banished.
for
I'm pretty
banished,
sure.
that's what it does.
Like with the trap card.
If you're only getting 1.
Yeah, I think you only get 1. Definitely Fubras is definitely the best one against it.
Yeah, I mean that card's insane across the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's good against post.
I just draw Ash Blossom. I don't know. You know what?
Ash
I want
Blossom,
you
that
to.
card
I want you
feels
to
good.
know the amount of Fubroses I have resolved, and the amount of Fubroses that have resolved against me are not equal. It's not even close to the same amount.
Which one's in favor? Like you resolving? Or
Oh, my opponent's resolves way more than mine does.
Doesn't it feel
It
like
is
that?
insane. You ever have one of your Mulch Armies purged?
No.
I have.
Oh.
That was the most insane game I've ever played in my life.
They wanted to win.
Yeah.
They said I'm
They
going
sent
against
that mug. They were top decking.
that mug.
These aren't even mine. I got to play 2 in the same turn. That was the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. I've never done that. I've never resolved double of the same Mulch Army.
That was wonderful. Appreciate it.
Resolving 2 Mulch Army puts so much pressure on your opponent.
That tournament that I got to play Impulse for the first time, I literally, to resolve a Mulch Army, had to open 2. I had to open 2. It was impossible.
That sucked.
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. All right.
That's tough.
Next.
Shout
deck.
out Black Witch. What's
Hey,
next?
Yubel.
What is that? Yubel.
Yes,
It is
this
Yubel.
It has the best end board still.
If you go first, you win. If you're playing in a detonator, you lose. There's no in between. I think this deck will shine after Yugioh gets put into the ground a little bit. It might be after Nats. It's still a combo deck. It's still decent, but
Orange Dweller gets sloshed.
Slosh Dweller and
You might lose Fiendsmith cards though.
that is true. You might lose Fiendsmith cards.
It opens up for other engines and to
It
explore
depends on what they do to
different
Fiendsmith, though.
It does.
It really depends on what they do to Fiendsmith. You'll lose Fiendsmith cards, but overall, I mean, I think this deck will have a shining once again, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Now, if you can win the die roll, or you can main some super polys and get to like a spirit or something on board, you might be cooking. But
honestly, I feel like this deck might just cook against Blue Eyes. One Nightmare Pain might just kill him.
Oh, that'd be insane.
I didn't even think about the Blue Eyes matchup, but Drill Beam's a bitch, dude.
Drill Beam and then Spirit negating cards.
Yeah, maybe it's not that good.
Yeah, so like.
It goes back to if you go first, you're doing good.
Yeah, this deck, if you have weighted dice, you're probably winning.
You just bake them, right? That's what they say. You're just going to bake them.
Yeah, you bake them in the oven. You gotta do it perfectly, though.
That's
why I don't carry dice at events. I always roll my opponents.
I always roll my opponents, too.
Always.
But with that mentality, will every opponent just not carry dice and we just never figure out who has...
Oh, we look stupid when neither of us have dice.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Can
there
we
before.
use your guys' dice and they're already mid-match?
Yeah, they started
Somebody
drawing.
got double Mulch Armied and they're mad.
Yeah, they're
Don't worry,
like,
I'm handing you the loaded dice, so you both get ones.
oh, they just keep rolling ones.
Why is we 10 minutes into the dice roll?
I think I pull out my Neuron app at that.
The judges keep catching me rolling dice under the table. I don't know what the problem is.
But
I would like to appeal.
oh, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Overall, Yubel, I think it'll shine, but right now, let's just add one land on it. But if you go first, you're going to win. You're going to win. Just contact fusing a Phantom.
Yeah, the deck still just, is insane. You can't play hybrid against it. You're either playing hand traps or you're playing board breakers. You gotta pick one, dude.
Probably the board breaker variant would probably be way
and,
better. I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to try it now.
And, no, I meant, against the deck.
Oh,
If you have, one Veiler, one Droplet, you're not beating the deck.
No.
You lose.
Oh, no.
But if you have, Imperm Veiler, it's more winnable.
Yeah, I think you
or
could
if you have,
I don't know,
Droplet Talents, it's more winnable.
was Spirit Gate at 3? It's really hard to hit him with the Imperm.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Spitballing a little bit there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said with 2 it's easier.
Whoa.
I don't think UBL players even tried exploring since the ban list. There may be something out there with Suda that came out that just makes it really, really good again.
Mitsugiri Phantom of Yubel deck.
Don't get him on some random stuff right now.
Dude, I'll
My
figure it
last
out.
minute change
I'll send you a list.
Actually,
for West Virginia.
That would be interesting end board because then you get the Regeki to just keep coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like your board? No. No.
All right,
Don't shift me, bro.
Let's move on to this next deck here. Ooh, what do you think about this?
Shout out Dinka Booey, dude.
And
Fire King.
he does it every format. He chooses a deck that no one thinks about, and he just does it.
Yeah, I think this deck's still cope.
It's good against certain aspects of the format, which is why it's harder to beat for them. And then other stuff, it just says, I don't care.
Yeah.
Summon your cards in defense and ash that Volcanics, and you win the game.
It just makes your bestial engines dead.
That's true, but what about like Malice players? Like, did he not run into
Yeah,
Malice
he said
players?
in the profile he doesn't know how he won the event because he played against like so many Malice players in Top Cut.
Well, it's him.
Yeah,
it's him.
His side deck was very much set up for that match.
Chaos Hunters.
Yeah, he was playing Triple, which
watching him Hunter, then they do the opponent did whatever, then Hunter again was wildly funny.
Just be careful, like, this little insight here. A lot of Mouse players started attacking Nightmare Cerberus to get rid of the Hunter.
Oh yeah, Nightmare Cerberus.
Yeah, and then it's also a fiend for a bow.
And they're gonna draw because they summoned it to Link Decoder. Yep, they're nice with it.
They
Oh, if they end on that card, I bet you don't know what the co-linked effect does.
What for
Cerberus? Quiz time.
Ooh, so you're putting me on the spot. So you draw a card, right?
But if it's co-linked,
It can't be destroyed by battle.
Nope, that's Phoenix.
That's Phoenix.
That's
I was so close.
That's
what
Phoenix.
is it?
Cerberus's card effects.
Oh no.
Goblin can't target.
Goblin. Okay. I was like, I was so close.
Yeah,
I get him confused. So, but yeah, I think he definitely brought some light to it, and But let's move on to our wonderful rogue strategy here.
Yeah, the first one's Orcust, right?
Yeah.
One dude's been topping, right? Yeah, it's the same dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, if you watch his deck profiles, he gets cut off in the middle of both of them, and they have to move spots.
I've been there before. You ever try getting a profile at like Nats or something, and they're just over the overhead the whole time, like, this player, please come to the front. And then, you know what really sucks? Is I sign up for the Rescue Rabbit thing every freaking event, and you know what happens? I never win the plushie. I always win.
I'm going to win it.
If you win that plushie,
I've never entered it.
I don't think I talked to you for like a whole week. Like,
what if I gave it to you? I wouldn't do that. I'd keep it. I have a Rescue Rabbit right here and on my book bag. I love that thing.
I sign up for the QR code every event. I never win them. I just want to win that once. Please.
Fun piece of news. My favorite card, Skribo, got a new card announced.
It did.
Yeah, we don't know the effect, though, do we?
No.
I hope it goes with Yugioh, because that was a theory, which would make Yugioh better.
That would be cool.
Back to Orcust, though. It was the Orcust Azamina.
Yeah.
That's what it was doing.
Yeah, Orcust Azamina, and it played Bestials. It didn't play that many actual Orcust cards,
like,
because you're always recycling them. Yeah, it played like 2 Gearsu, 2 Harp, 1 of all the other dudes. Deck's cool.
I mean,
Max is out on Azamina. I think he was mainly Azamining people.
Hey, that engine's still super good.
No, it's very solid.
Useful.
I mean, it puts up
like we
on
talked
me.
about, Saint is any battle damage received.
I don't think he played Saint. I think he literally just plays the negate.
Oh, the one build I saw him playing was playing Moo and Silva. Moo's the search for simple spoil cards or Azamina cards. So you can continue combos. You gotta get 2 level 6s out to make Chaos Angels.
Oh yeah. So that's I mean,
It was
I
cool.
can't see myself right now. It's bothering me.
it's
I'm
bothering
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy, but it's been really bothering me. Okay, thank you.
Autism strong today. The next one, because I like this deck a lot. I thought this deck was cool.
I agree.
Then,
Deshaun. Shout out Deshaun.
Whatever one.
Oh.
He's been cooking on it for a while and been getting
Level
better.
ones. Level ones, no Pearly.
Yeah. Mimigal is wild.
Mimigal.
This deck is so slept on.
It's also extraordinarily consistent.
Yep, I agree. Have you read Dragon? Every time I see a dragon get flipped to face down on my field, I look at it and I'm like, what's this do? And it says destroy all monsters you control.
And the deck can play Shifter.
And it can play Shifter.
They'll
like,
flip
what do you
your
do?
dudes.
Monsters you control.
They'll flip your dudes and then activate. They'll give you dudes, flip them, they trigger, they get them back, activate Thrust. and give you another dude before add talents. Talents rip you.
Yeah. Or you can shifter them, get the field spell, and then give them something. Now they can't, now they're locked out from the normal summon, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They can't ice it away because they're under shifter.
Mm-hmm.
So, against a Rizio player, you're just like, the shifter just would have done it, but this was just extra disrespectful.
Hope you have that X. Oh, wait. It's
Oh,
also so great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have Eratama.
Oh, wait, you have Eratama.
Eratama.
It's better, you're him.
You know? I have Eratama.
Don't worry.
Out this Dubo
You can
drive.
play Sharks, I guess.
But-
I can't normal summon it.
That deck just goes and goes, and you can make Zeus late games with it. That happens.
Yeah, it's actually low-key kind of hard to play, from what I understand. Like, if you make one misplay, you're just behind and you lose.
But
you can recover from, I think, a single misplay. Once you make 2 misplays, like the proper searches in the proper order, you're done.
It makes a big Zeus, too.
It does make a big Zeus.
Giant Mimigol's crazy. The actual interruptions don't seem like a lot
But
until you realize how the game works, and you don't have a normal summon, and you're locked out of certain stuff. So, like, no normal summon and 2 interruptions is just enough.
Yeah, it is.
Your special summon monsters can attack as long as you control one of those face downs that you can't flip because they put it to you on your turn with the trap.
Yeah.
So then you're also not attacking. Light Force Swords, really good attack card. They've been playing at least in the local scene, which is annoying.
Ooh, let's talk about the swords are revealing light tech in there. That was insane to see today.
Yeah, it just flips
yeah,
them, so they have to use them.
Yeah.
It's also like the best floodgate in that deck. You don't get to attack for 3 turns.
Pop it. Yeah, pop it.
Drop it. Spin it. Twist it.
Overall.
They also have the really good
Pop
time
it.
card. Whatever exceed that it is, they let them pop equal to the amount of face downs.
Oh yeah, it's
Giant
like
Mimigal.
Giant Mimigal. Yeah. It does 1,000 each. We saw
You can do it multiple
What's
times.
his face do it, man?
If you don't have QCR or Mimigal Master, you're not real.
Yeah, you're not real.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I'm
next
done
deck.
talking about this deck.
Ooh, stun.
Fossil Dyna.
You two like this one. This is just the stun that you guys.
Yep. Stun
we
deck.
built this
We
deck
built
together.
this deck together. It was our bromance deck.
Yeah,
And then they banned Jowgen. They stopped
Yeah,
us before it
that's
even began.
I blame White Force. You can search it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, so this deck, if you win the die roll,
You win.
you're gonna win, unless they draw the imperm.
Double imperm. I am solemn judge being that imperm
I am
with
too.
the quickness.
You
They ain't got it.
Crackdown.
How do you stop the Cartesia Dogmatica combo with a statue or Palkia? Or,
You usually don't. I mean, at that point, so you
you
wasted.
need 2 imperms to beat that, don't you?
I mean, so it's gonna. So in order to get that second normal summon, you have to open up Time Tearing Morganite, which is an amazing card. But they're just gonna imperm your statue, and then just play from there, because a lot of decks can play around a Dogmatica punishment.
They're sick with like Valor, Talents, Ash in their hand.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, it's gonna be very. You're gonna sit like I love playing this deck because my heart drops. I'm like, do they have the imperm? And when they don't, it's
decisive
decisive battle.
Add Cartesia.
Send the Titaclad.
Santa Tentaclad.
So,
Bro, I'd be sick if I normal summoned the water barrier statue and they looked at me and normal summoned Neptibus.
yeah.
Oh,
Do you play a different barrier statue?
You play Earth now, I think.
You play the Earth
You
one?
can either do Earth or Fire, because
I wouldn't play Fire, because then they can play Rizio cards,
Yeah,
and
they
I
can
don't
play
want them to do that.
I don't want to play Earth because Mimical real.
It's not that. I think probably Earth.
Earth is the best.
Wait,
one.
what's Barrel Dragon?
Earth.
Oh, so
But you
But
only
the rest
normal
of the
summon
deck
that
is
card.
light dark.
That card only triggers on normal anyways.
that's fair. Can't they drill beam? Can't they get a drill beam on?
That sets it, and
So
they
they-
have to have one to reveal because it has to be either a normal monster on field
or Primate.
or a
and-
Primite 5 or higher monster.
Ooh,
So
you're
that's the
right.
Imperial Dragon that nobody plays.
Ooh, you're right. You're right. But overall, win the die roll, you're gonna have a great time. If not, it's very hard.
Drill Beam really does cook it, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you let them tribute summon a Blue Eyes, you
it's
definitely lose.
over. They will get
As
to
long as they
that
don't draw
point.
the trap card and they attack that face down fossil down, they're done.
I
Yeah.
forgot of it. It's
You're not
literally
doing
card
shit in
right there.
damage step, bro.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about.
Oh, yeah. What's
Next
the-
deck.
oh,
Next deck.
Crystal
Crystal
Beast.
Beast. Combo.
Combo.
Oh, I have Rainbow Dragon. Man.
It's not that
So-
Combo.
bad.
Rainbow Dragon.
You can say Rainbow Dragon all you want. If you play the Horus version, the field spell takes that bad hand with the Rainbow Dragon, puts it on bottom to search for Mseti. So now it's back in the deck. You keep
No,
playing.
that's fair.
Because the trap card says all you got to do is get a Crystal Beast monster.
Yeah,
Rainbow
I mean,
Dragon.
the trap card's really insane.
Yeah, you're not getting that far. I don't know about you, buddy, but
I always like...
Anytime I've played that deck, no amount of hand traps they've thrown at me has done a damn thing except charm me, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to play through it.
what about a
anyways.
D-shifter?
I don't think that deck cares.
There's no way.
I think he's right, because people were playing that
You
in
play
tier format
Kashtira,
with Shifter, remember?
You play Kashtira, Horus, and Crystal Beast. The only deck that in there is like the 6 cards of Horus. The 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards.
Because people
out
were
of
playing
60.
Shifter and the Crystal Beast stuff. Like, Jesse Cotton was on that, like, online.
Everything else is all from the back row. So you set it. Okay, so you do Crystal Beast, Pegasus, put in Crystal Beast, Rainbow Dragon,
Okay,
banish that, summon whatever else you want to keep doing to go play.
Yeah.
It needs the backfield. It doesn't care about the graveyard.
Yeah, that's...
Golden
I'm
Rule
agreeing
doesn't
here.
give a fuck. It says special summon from hand, then special summon or set from deck.
Yeah, but don't all the new fusion cards that you want to summon, like Doom Dragon and stuff, have to go to graveyard?
It's still a Link Climb deck. It's just worse Ash Shot or
Depends
Snake Eyes.
on how you want to, like... I'm just here for the Chidori and the extra deck, and that's it.
That card's also fun.
It has to be ulti or you're broke.
No, I like the climb into the big stupid rank 4 that lets you draw a bunch of cards. And
Oh, yeah.
If you have Hobby League cards in your deck, I'm calling a judge. I just want you to know that. That Hobby League Carbuncle, that card's illegal.
It's all ulti. Their deck's ultied out. They never got rid of it since 2008.
It's either the people who've had it the entire time or all commons like myself.
Yeah. It's like
They're still listening to Akon, normal
Akon.
summoning.
Akon, they're listening to
Pegasus.
Akon. It's crazy.
You gotta give
so
respect
lonely.
to the good Crystal Beast players though, because they can top with this deck and nobody knows what the fuck to do against it.
Slim Shady, I see the one.
And then,
Are you getting demonetized? No, you have to be monetized to get demonetized.
Whoa.
and then if you summon the one, there's another build I came up with. If you play Fusion Deployment in it, you can summon Neos from the deck for Rainbow Neos, and then you just go Polymerization with the Rainbow Dragon, make the big thing, return all cards on your opponent's field to their deck or whatever, and then you just win from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely combo Rainbow Dragon and Chidori. So that's all I'm gonna say with the deck. I want to move on to this next deck because this deck always seems to find its way into format.
Does this Striker Dragon represent the Fiendsmith deck or just Dragon Link in general?
Any Dragon Link that you want to talk about, like the one we were talking about earlier, the Bestial, Fiendsmith with the little small Red Ice package.
Yeah.
That Dragon Striker deck was super cool.
Yeah, that deck's cool. It's just basically the Bestial Fiendsmith deck, but with like Red Ice cards, like 4 Red Ice cards.
Yeah.
3 Black Metal Dragon,
and then 1 Red Ice Blackness Metal Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think this deck always has a place in a format for some reason. You always have that one player.
I mean, as long as Lubellion's at 3, I think
And Bestials.
Dragons will be good. Have you read Bestials? When people were complaining about danger monsters,
I was one of those.
There's upstart goblins that are bodies. Look at Druid Swarm. It does 3 things, and it's big, and it's a dragon, and it's level 6.
Three
And it's
things.
a dark.
It does 2 things. Jerusalem does 2 things.
It's a body.
Oh,
It's
you're
a
counting a
It
body.
vanish.
You got a body. I don't count.
It's.
It's a 25.
Are you counting on the danger monsters?
Hey, it's a 2500 level 6 dark body that banishes something and removes something, which then lets you go into Chaos Angel.
Yeah, Chaos. I hate. All right.
Bad takes. Anyways, dragons. We don't need to talk about them. Next deck. What is it?
Branded.
Yeah, you're not
Pile.
real.
Yeah, this isn't real.
Yeah, it was.
It was a
It
pile
topped an EU YCS.
It's done a couple of regionals.
Yeah.
I think
Those
it's a pile
Brandis
deck.
elitists that won't move over to White Forest.
Oh, 2 different kinds of fusion decks. One has dragons, one doesn't.
You're saying 2-card combo decks
The only good thing.
that end on fusion monsters?
I think some of the stuff in
Okay.
Brandon's still better than White
Tell you
Forest.
what, I'll put it this way: the only good thing that Brandon has going for it right now,
Blue Eyes.
yes, you can set a Fallen of Albaz, or you can have the Super Paul in hand with Fallen of Albaz. You're gonna have a great day.
Contact Fuse, please.
Yep.
If you can steal a couple games, that's all that matters. And for the next 3 weekends, you're gonna see a lot of Blue Eyes because everybody's gonna be trying to play because it's cheap.
Yep. Everyone,
Can't the Abelensis attack 4 times or something?
For every dragon material used, it can attack.
Including the Fallen of Albaz?
He's a dragon.
I think so. I'd have to. It might just be your opponent. I have to double read that card. I just know 2 dragons is game.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure 2 dragons is game.
I think it says that you have to attack monsters.
No, it's attacks. I'm almost guaranteed.
Unfortunately, I don't have.
I don't know, I'm losing bets today. I've been losing bets all day.
Yeah, he thought the Light Dragon Adagnister card came secret.
Yeah, I thought it did too.
I was like, I have his max rarity. I have a super. I want a secret.
I didn't know max rarity was a super. That made me feel better. I had max rarity something.
Is it first ed or is it on land?
Oh, I don't even know.
That's tough.
Box now.
It's in his deck box. He steals from him.
Probably vice versa, if anything.
Whoa. Whoa.
I
What's the store credit?
I was gonna say my store credit is probably through the roof. But I think, I think if you play as pile deck or...
I still don't know what branded cards do. Can I talk about this?
Yeah, go for it.
I quit when the structure deck came out. I took a little break. But I'm back now, obviously. And I literally just don't think... As long as I'm better than X2 at a regional, I don't have to play against this deck.
You just don't get cued into it.
I just don't get cued into it. So, like... And if I'm X2, I'm probably dropping because I already have my invite.
So, I'll put it this way. I was lucky. Like, I wasn't as lucky as you to not play this deck. I played against this deck a lot. But anytime I won against this deck, I won with the most disrespect possible. I either de-barrier looped them in Labyrinth, or I hit the most disrespectful Ashes on them.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Ash Bestial just cooks the deck.
Oh, yeah. Now
I don't know if it still does, but like Brandon and Red is like their main form of interruption, or at least it was. I don't know what the deck does.
Back in they were going.
And you just Bestial, and they go, oh, yeah, you're good to play. Oh, that's cool.
Remember when I came back after the old code? That's what I played.
I think that's actually the reason this deck sees any recursion right now at all is because dragons are so prevalent. So you can, even if you play against a Bestial deck, you can just face down, contact fuse, see ya.
Goodbye.
I don't care if you Druid Sworn a monster I just made for free when I have the rest of my hand to play with.
That had me feeling some type of way if I was on Blue Eyes. But alright, well,
how does that deck play against Malice?
What? Blue Eyes? Or
No, Branded.
Branded?
Don't get shifted.
Badly?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Badly?
just
What are you
unwinnable.
talking about?
Do they still do the Albion stuff and give him like Ido or something?
Ooh,
There's still a lot.
that is actually a really good thing.
But they can just...
Joshua Schmidt got Ido'd. And he lost because of it. Twice.
He played Book of Moon and Book of Eclipse in his deck.
Wait.
And he lost to Ido?
Yes.
Ido's the fog thing monster, right? That says you can't do anything else this turn?
You can't summon.
Yeah, okay. I got smoked with that online.
Yeah. That's a real
Game
lock.
1, we had a good back and forth. Game 2, got locked. Game 3, I smoked him because I went first.
Yeah, so it's like...
But the lock was annoying.
Branded Fusion, I want.
The card can come to 3.
Branded?
Yeah.
Let it come to 3. I'm playing Shadows all day.
Relax. Don't get those people.
I won't get you guys heated because you guys won't stop.
Yep. Don't get those people.
Brandon
Anyways.
Get Nesh away from me. He smells.
Ooh, last deck here. Last deck.
This deck sets up...
Chimera?
Azamina Chimera sets up really good end boards.
Okay.
Not the best end board. Yubel still has the best end board.
I still think... I think the Bestials just kind of do it, though.
Well, technically it's Azamina Fiendsmith Chimera. So you can end on Gazelle, Silva, Jezere with the 2 things in the thing. So if you activate a card effect, I negate, and then I can also protect my guys from you targeting me.
Uninterrupted. Okay.
What if I ash that Mirror Sword Knight?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll ash the Mirror Sword Knight.
From the graveyard? I'm sending it to the grave with the fusion.
Oh.
I don't care. Remember when I was showing you how I wanted to play it? I only want to send them to the grave to do the protection effect. So I'm either negating one of your effects you activate, or I'm negating something that targets one of my cards. And then Diabel still says you have to place all your cards face down, and then when you place it, I get to blow up 2 cards.
I've only ever lost this deck at locals one time, and it's because he drew... Called by all 3 games. It was literally the most insane thing I've ever seen. He opened Branded Fusion, Mirror Sword Knight, called by all 3 games.
Oh, that was the time when they were teching both those engines in that deck.
Yeah, it was literally... I played against this deck my first regional back, West Virginia, with Goblin Bikers. I swear to God, I didn't even know the cards existed.
This deck still loses to, I think, Detonator pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably loses Detonator. It probably loses to Droll.
If you go first, well, you can send... You can send a lot of stuff, though. Send them to the
Does it
grave.
lose to Nibiru? I feel like it loses to
It
Nibiru,
has
too.
to lose to Nibiru pretty hard.
Because Mirror Sword Knight can't negate it.
Mirror Sword Knight says negate an effect.
No, that activates on field.
I don't think it says on field.
I'm almost positive.
But Silva takes care of because it has a meaning.
Oh, I'll ash that. That's fine.
Ash Nib will do it.
Ash
So, I
Nib.
mean, shoot. I mean,
Any double hand trap probably smokes a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Any
So
of
we
these-
can stop talking about the deck.
Any of these decks,
get smoked by
with the
double hand traps.
well, with the exception of Blue Eyes.
And Merman.
Yeah, three of it.
If they're like Ash and Veiler, they're not.
oh
doing
no,
anything
yeah,
with it.
Murmur's gonna play.
But if it's
through.
like Droll,
well, if you have Ash and Nib against Murmur,
I don't think Nib does that much.
you wait for him to go through a whole combo, then nib it, and then wait for the next thing. And go cool. Ash.
But they
that.
looked at my hand.
Well, I mean, if
They
you,
looked at my hand.
if you get hit with the one Abyss Trite, you're gonna lose probably anyways.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That card can stay because you get the card back. Having Mulan Glaceon on top of it, not fair.
I'm so scared at events of like people playing decks that I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, Dynamorphia, I know what Rexstrom does, and that's because somebody lied to me about it one time.
I don't have that on the list. I probably should have put that on the
Nope,
list.
no, we don't need to talk
yeah,
about
we
those
don't need to
people.
put those.
We can move to the tech card of the week.
Ooh.
Would you like to go first? or
I'd
go
love to go.
first?
I would love to go first.
Let me.
Oh, he has to pull
His
it
is
up. still.
specific to a deck.
Oh, mine is very specific to a deck. I was thinking about this today.
There you
Oh,
go.
here it is. Question, baby. Oh, I love this card. So first of all, a lot of players like to shuffle their graveyards. So like,
Judge.
this is definitely a P minors all day on this card. If not, maybe a major. I'd have to look into policy on this.
Yeah, this is weird. They should just ban this card, did not have this issue, and go back to shuffling graveyards. It'll be fine.
So, I like this in Malice because the effect is if you call it right, if your opponent calls it right, it gets banished. So most of the time, your first monster is a Malice monster, so you can get an effect off of that. It's an extender. If not, guess what? It gets special summoned anyways, and you can still link climb. So this is insane. So like you're going to cause a lot of controversy at tournaments. You're going to extend with this deck. It might be a little good to cope, but I like it. It's a spicy tech of the week, and there's nothing you can really do. So.
What is that?
I have 2 tech cards.
Oh, you have 2.
Oh, Jason has tech
You
cards.
get special tech cards. He gets 2.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't.
Mom,
when I
that's
asked
not
you guys
fair.
yesterday, you didn't give me
That's
any.
not fair.
Well,
No,
I
that's
came
fair,
up with
fair.
mine
All right,
in
let's
the
move
room.
on. Let's move
What?
on to Connor.
What is yours? I can look it up so I can play.
Oh, mine's Winter Cherries.
Oh, I'm not posting that. Everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Winter
You play against Blue Eyes, you get rid of their Spirit Dragon, they lose.
You play against any kind of Rise, you'll get rid of Detonator. They have a hard
Yeah,
time.
you can hit Detonator. That's not like the big one. I think you play Requiem.
That's
And
only
they
good-
look really goofy if they go into Moon, and then you go, oh, cherries call Requiem, and they're just sitting with a chick, hanging out.
As long as it's not Mitsurugi and they're like, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't put it in. You get to choose when you put that card in. You're side decking that card.
I'm almost side decking that card every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the mouse, the card does nothing.
Oh, it does.
You might think hitting the white binder is good. They just put it back.
Yeah,
You lose.
It back with Cryptor.
You straight up lose. It's
We
bad.
really did spend like a half hour trying to figure out something that would be good in that deck to hit, and even the best optimal hits are not good.
Yeah, no, it's just a slowdown. Like if you're in the mirror playing against like a splash.
But you play against Blue Eyes, they just lose. I'm convinced. And playing the Spirit Dragon gives you an Ultimate Slayer target for synchros. So whenever you play against that White Force player and he ends on the 1 Diabell, he's cooked.
Hurts my life.
Or you need out of Chaos Angel.
Bro, that's actually the best thing I've heard all day.
Or you can Metal Tronus into it too.
You can Metal Tronus into it. You can. You want to leak this? You can Metal Tronus a Spirit Dragon and summon an Eclipse Twins.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2500 attack light.
It's a 2500 dragon. You can hit Bestials. You can.
What's with
With
Spirit
Metal
Dragon?
Tronus, yeah.
With Spirit Dragon, yeah.
Wait, what?
You
What?
can Metal Tronus a Bestial monster. They're 2500 dragons. Spirit Dragon is a 2500.
Oh, yeah.
And then you
dragon.
normal summon Effect Veiler, and then you make Chaos Angel.
We're
thinking of lines over here.
Let's get to your tech.
All
We're
right.
out so much goo right now. It's not even funny.
I'm gooing everywhere.
You want my I just don't like Malice. I want to fuck with
Yeah.
the zones.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Ground collapse.
Ah, this
So
card's
we
old.
had this conversation where Connor explained to me what the best zone was for protection, right? The one spot.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can just use this and go, oh, this is where you can link off outside of this. I'm just gonna hit these 2 spots. I don't want you to link here. I don't want you to link
It's a
here.
2-card combo. I can get behind it though. It'll. Your opponent will be like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah, dude, I could get Ojama King out too. I would block him from playing, but it's so hard.
Dude, the Ryziel Fiendsmith deck can't play without all its zones.
Does that actually make him lose?
Like, if they, like, normal summon ice, they have to, like, make the Exciton, put it up here, link it off, and if they want to make another rank 4, they can't do anything else other than mainline combo. So if you hand trap them.
Yeah.
But that's not good. There's no way.
No.
I'm convinced.
Unless we have a way to search for it.
You can just cherries that Requiem.
Oh, that's much easier.
You can put the cherries in going first if you play a deck that ends on, like, 1 card. Because it just says if your opponent controls more monsters than you do.
Well,
you can activate
what
it.
brought this up in my brain is I was trying to figure out how to build Ashen. So you play this, then bring Varudis, and hit all the spots. You've hit 3. They have 2 in the extra deck spot left. That's it.
Rudis is such a solid card to hit like that single.
I'm
Spell
coming
trap.
for the board, baby. And then when it's super poly your board because everything's pyro. And
What's your other card, Jason?
Yeah, what's your other card?
You can't vote for this card since he used
Yeah,
to,
you
though.
can't. You can't vote for.
Unless
that.
it's cooler.
No, this is way better in Ground Collapse.
Okay.
This is my.
Oh
Decided
yeah,
Time
that's
card.
right.
Cosmic Tree and Mistral. It is just.
How about you read that card out loud to the class? Because I don't know what it does.
Let me get closer to the mic so people can hear me. We have. You can only control 1 Cosmic Tree. Each time your opponent special summons a monsters as the normal text, face up during the main phase. So it's not Mind Warriors, it's either main phase. I lost my spot. You gain life points equal to their attack every time they summon. It is a dogwood on body.
So it's a walking dogwood.
Yep. The
What's
next
its materials?
3+ effect monsters for Link 5, which you can climb into pretty easy.
I was kind of on your side, and then you said Link 5.
Well, so when you got me to play the Celine, because I go into
Oh, okay.
So Celine 4, Diabell's the 5th material, and that's 3 effect monsters.
White Forest
Link
lines. I didn't think
5.
about that.
Jesus.
You can do it in other decks I like to. You can
Cool
do it in
art.
Malice.
I like this. It's cool art.
The other part of it that nobody pays attention to is once per turn, quick effect. You can pay life points in the multiples of thousands, max 3. This card gains how much attack. You can make it a 5,000 a beat stick for a turn.
Ooh, that's okay.
It's not that good.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I don't have to.
Ooh, that's okay.
I don't have to draw this like you do Dogwood. You can just make this.
You're right. You're right. If you make it that far.
I'm going to make Gaga Got
It's
Cowboy.
actually not hard to make it that far. You just make Lina, go into Celine. Celine gives you
Celine,
extra
yeah.
bodies. You're already up to 4. Making 2 more, and any deck that summons more than a monster a turn can get there.
That's fair. Oh.
It's coming back out for Tyrone. Typhoon's
Tyrone.
Tyrone, get me out this spot.
Unfortunately, Typhoon's just the best extra deck card.
Would you like to add anything else to the end of the podcast?
I'm good. I think I'm good. What about you?
I'm all good. It's your podcast.
Oh, it is my podcast, isn't it?
Well, it's on his channel. I'm going to take it over.
The Connor takeover.
The Connor
You
takeover.
can have my login when you beat me in a duel. How about that?
Dude, we can arrange that right now. We'll put it on video.
Yeah, there's going to be an upload right after this video. 30 minutes.
The new podcast name is going to be Cooking with Connor.
Hey,
Cooking with Connor.
No beans.
No beans.
I do hate beans, dude. I do not like them. Beans remind me of cat throw up.
Cat throw.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
My cat threw up on me the other night. Did I tell you that?
Okay, all right.
I was sleeping on the couch,
We're gonna...
and he just threw up on me. All right, bye, guys.
But thank you. Subscribe. 500 subscribers. You get a free Spellground. You're the Rabbit. And
125 for decks.
125 for the decks. And then after that, we'll find out something to give away on the next episode.
And,
To 200 subscribers.
check the shorts.
Yeah, check the shorts.
Check the shorts. We'll be
doing
doing something this weekend.
Yep. West Virginia.